Hi, welcome back. This is the second video in a series I'm doing about soul contracts, souls, what we're doing here, what's really going on. And in the previous video, if you haven't watched the previous video, please do that because I set the stage. I'm laughing because my guys are helping to explain what we're doing here by showing us that it's like acting in a play. So we are basically actors in a play. We're having experience and experiencing different roles and different things. So how it works is, taking this a little bit step further, is before we incarnate into every lifetime, we have we meet our soul. And when we're not here and we're in our soul world, you can call it heaven, you can call it, what the real reality of where we're from. We have certain desires to experience certain things. And so we will sit down with our guides, with our soul group. We have soul families, soul groups, and they're groups of souls who are on similar, I'm asking my guys to help me explain this. They're souls that have similar desires or similar levels of experience, tend to be in our soul groups. There are caveats to that, meaning there are some more advanced souls that choose to incarnate with less advanced souls in order to help them and learn certain things. But for the most part, we have soul families, and we decide what we want to experience in our next lifetime. And for instance, there's main themes that I've found for channeling now for hundreds of people all over the planet. There's certain themes that we come here to experience. And over the life of our soul that's everlasting, in the beginning, when souls first start incarnating into being a human on this planet is very dense. It's been a rough ride for, I would say, tens of thousands, maybe longer, of years. And so a lot of times new souls, when they come into the planet, they might not experience the best human life, meaning they might be doing bad things. They might not, they aren't trying to embrace love and light. They're embracing the darkness. A lot of times those are less advanced souls. They're newer souls. There's no judgment. It doesn't matter. It's just, the advanced souls and the less advanced souls a lot of times incarnate to help each other learn certain lessons, right? So we meet with our soul family and we say, this is what I want to experience. And some of the main themes are like, I want to learn about self-love. I want to learn about self-worth. I want to learn forgiveness. I want to learn, I wrote some down here to remind myself, I want to learn about grief. So in order to learn these things, we have to create the conditions from childhood that allow us to learn those things, right? You learn something that you don't already have. You learn something you don't already know, right? So for instance, I'm going to use an example of a client that I had this week. What a beautiful soul. I'll call him John. I call all my clients John or Jane when I'm sharing examples of them, like on my YouTube channel and stuff. So John wanted to understand what his mission was here. What's he doing here? What's his purpose, right? He's very tall. He's 6'7", in a shorter family. He's like, I want to stop these certain patterns I have. They feel like there's some destructive patterns in my life. And when I channeled for him, I channeled his childhood, and I saw that he set up a childhood where he was not really loved. It's very sad when I see these things in my channel. But I understand from a higher level what's happening here, so it helps me. But he went into soul contracts with his caretakers and the people that raised him to create the conditions required for him to learn self-love in his life. So in order to learn self-love, you have to be in a situation where you are not loved, where you're not given love, right? That's how you learn. And the beautiful thing for him in this lifetime is that he's here to help. It gives me full body chills. He's here to work with children. There's many things he's here to do, but one of the things is he's here to work with children, specifically like in sports, to teach children how to connect with their inner self, because we are in a world today where from the time we come out of the womb, we are purposely disconnected from who we really are, which is what I'm talking about now. We're a soul in a human body having an experience. We aren't taught that when we come out of the womb on purpose, because it's a top-down structure we live in. Go check out my other videos for more on that. So he's here to help children learn how to connect to themselves and love themselves. There's a lot of chaos and trauma right now in the world. There's a lot of, people becoming addiction. I know a lot of people, I have a lot of clients who were raised in households where their parents were addicted to drugs or alcohol and they just weren't given the attention or love they deserve, etc. So he's here to help children connect with their inner self. The way he's able to do that is because he created a childhood for himself where that was not given to him. He's learning how to love himself. He's learning to find his power within himself. And while he's doing that, that is then what he's going to be teaching other people. Isn't that beautiful? You can't teach someone something you haven't learned. Somebody can't teach someone how to do surgery if they've never performed it and they don't have practice doing it themselves. So he's learning this so he can teach other people, right? So he has soul contracts. So we have soul contracts in our life with experiences and people, including pain and trauma, to help create the conditions required for us to learn what we're here to learn. We're here to do two things. We're here to give and to get. And to give, meaning to help others, to help the planet. Maybe you're here for the awakening. That's what I'm here for, apparently. I woke up a couple years ago out of the blue and started channeling. Didn't believe any of this stuff before, but we're here to give, which means to others in the planet, right? He's here to help children, among other things. And we're here to get. And what we're here to get is we're here to learn certain lessons, continue evolving our soul. Go check out that last video where my guides have two drawings, or I drew two things that they showed me to help explain this. And so we're here to get by learning certain lessons, helping our soul evolve. Just want to make sure I'm checking my notes here. And sometimes that feels very painful. It feels very painful to be learning the lessons that we're here to learn, but our souls created this for us. And I'll share another story. I channeled for, I also, out of the blue, 3 or 4 years ago, started being visited by strangers. I'm a very powerful medium. I don't really market that or choose that because it's not my modality of choice. I do it once in a while for people, but I connected with someone who had taken his life, and what he showed me, he literally showed me that he had created a lot of different situations. He wasn't even 40 when he took his life. He created lots of situations in this life because his soul desired to understand grief. And there's a lot of background to this, and he showed me some past lives that he had that contributed to him as a soul wanting to understand grief, but he took on too much. And it was too much for him. So now he showed himself to me. He's actually now taking what he's learned and he's helping with his energy support the planet right now during the awakening with what he's learned. So sometimes it feels like we've taken on a lot. It feels like we've taken on too much, but we will never take on more than we can handle. And we have spirit guides and our higher self and God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call your higher power, to help us through these things, but we have not been told that they exist. And when we are told they exist, like God, we're told he exists as a judgmental, heaven or hell type of person. And so then we are scared of that. All of these things have been told to us on purpose to keep us disconnected from our truth. Our truth is that we're an everlasting soul having an experience. We can connect to our higher wisdom. We can connect to the life blueprint we created for ourselves, to understand why we're here, what we're here to learn. Once you know and you've recalled, that's what I do, that's what I channel for people. You can also connect yourself to see these and learn these things. Once you have an understanding of why you're here, what you're here to learn, it completely changes the way you look at your entire life. You will look back at your entire life and go, now I can see how it all connects. But we are purposely disconnected from this truth to keep us confused and in fear, because that keeps us disconnected even more, and it causes us to turn on each other. All right, that's all the time I have today. Stick around. I'll be going into this a little bit more in the next video. And while everything I share is 100% channeled, it's void of opinion and judgment, I have to say this is for fun and entertainment. Stick around, and I'll see you in the next video.